Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome back to Jimmy D's Christmas Countdown. We are on day 9. One more day after this.
What? Jimmy D's Christmas Cup, and we're on day 9. Let's go. I love cocaine.
Woo! We are going to be like yesterday. We talked about the most anticipated movies. I mean, video games. Today's movies.
You can't see my camera, but I'm face palming right now.
You know that cocaine, man.
What did you even? There's nothing I can even think of that you're looking forward to for the new games. I can't think of any. What would you even mention?
Well, I mentioned Kingdom Hearts 3 because that shit's been in development since fucking
Red
Dream
Dead
Drop Distance.
Redemption 2.
Oh, that's yeah. But
God
even
of War.
Those
I don't
were
know how you feel about God of War.
never played any. Well, that's all PlayStation, so I never had it. I've never played it. So
Is
Join
Microsoft
us.
coming out with anything besides the obligatory Halo and probably Call of Duty game?
if they are coming out with a new Halo, they haven't announced it, which wouldn't surprise me because Halo 5 didn't do well. Well, I mean, financially, I think it did fine, but it was just not a good game campaign-wise. I don't know, but they'll probably come out. But no, I don't think so. One of the guys high up in Microsoft said that in the future we're gonna have to, they said they're slacking on exclusives and we're gonna work on it, but that will have to be a couple years out before we see any of that pay off.
Slacking isn't
Like I
even
said,
the
I
word.
stick mostly to like PlayStation. I don't really know a lot about Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm more PlayStation than anything. But today we're doing videos and movies that we're looking forward to for 2018. Biggest one that we all three have in common, Infinity War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Although I'm cautious now, only because The Last Jedi, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna like it, and there's a lot of people who don't like it, and I feel like it's kind of one of those, because Disney's had this, like, it's not a monopoly, but it might as well be. I mean, they
It's
own
a
it.
monopoly. It's a fucking monopoly. After they bought 21st Century Fox, it's a goddamn monopoly.
Well, no, there are other companies out there that make it not a monopoly. But my point is, I think we've been fine with them doing this thus far, only because almost everything they've released is good.
My biggest fear about Infinity War is because of the fact that it's broken up into 2 parts, is they're gonna stretch this shit the fuck
Well,
out.
that's the thing.
They're not. It's not broken up anymore.
Yeah, well, they said it was originally part 1 and part 2, but now it's 2 different movies. I don't know what that means ultimately, but yeah, it's not specifically parts. But I'm cautious now because when you I'm not going to say destroy or screw up, but when you stumble on a mainline Star Wars movie, I become cautious of everything else. Although, to be fair, Disney's way of making movies is essentially they buy up a company and then just let them do their own thing and then back off. So I'm okay with. So it'll still be Marvel Studios making Infinity War, and if they keep doing what they were doing, then I guess it'll be okay. So
All I know is characters are gonna start dying and don't feel attached to people.
I'm okay with character. This is one of the issues I had with The Last Jedi, but I don't care if people die as long as it makes sense and it works.
If it doesn't make sense and it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Well, who are you calling that you think is going to die in Infinity War?
Iron Man.
See, because my whole thing is either Iron Man or Captain America, definitely.
One of those two is going to bite the dust, I think. Probably Cap.
I guarantee you it's Cap, because the Marvel movies have made it out seem so much like they keep wanting to, like, Tony Stark has come more and more asshole-ish, more, and like the death of Steve Rogers thing would be that final nail to him, just kind of, all right, you need to calm the fuck down, dude.
I actually don't know if Cap will or not, because both. I thought Robert Downey Jr. was still okay with continually doing stuff. I think Chris Evans is the one who said that he kind of wants to stop.
Yeah.
But I think it would actually be better. I think it would actually make the most sense for Iron Man personally to die. Actually, one or the other. It doesn't, as long as they do it well. The thing is, though, have you seen the theory on the trailer from when you think you see Iron Man get punched by Thanos?
But it's Spider-Man.
No. The theory is that it's not actually Tony in the suit, that it's Pepper. because she's worn an Iron Man suit before. She wore it in the third Iron Man movie.
Yeah, I don't see that.
So like Castano like just rolls up in New York, and then Spider-Man is like one of the first responders, and maybe Tony isn't around, so Pepper just puts on the suit.
Yeah,
What do you
because a
think-
lot of the other scenes you actually see Tony, he's with Doctor Strange, and he doesn't have any kind of suit other than he has an arc reactor in his chest.
Yeah, which they're gonna.
which
I have
makes-
no idea. Other than like time travel or something, I have no idea how they're gonna make that. But so
What do you-
because also
how do you think they're going to make Vision work, being that he's part of him is the gem, and do you think they'll kill him off and then try to bring him back because he's building that relationship with Scarlet Witch?
I don't know that it. We assume that it will kill him when they rip the gem out of his head.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually will. They might play it to where they rip the gem out and he just loses all of his powers, but he's still like
That's what I was thinking.
that's probably what they're gonna do. Or he just like shuts down like a robot, and then he can just plug the gem back in, and it'll come back.
Or something like the gem to kind of keep him back in, because I don't see them putting the gem back in. Like I see if Thanos gets all the Infinity Gems on the Gauntlet, them just destroying the Gauntlet somehow and banishing his ass.
I don't think you can destroy the Infinity.
Well, no, I'm not saying
You
like
can't.
destroy, just like banish it and Thanos in like 2 different dimensions. Or like Doctor Strange just, all right, Doctor Strange is like, I have the Gauntlet, Thanos, get the fuck out of here.
My question is, can you use the time gem to rewind time on the other gems before they existed?
Can you rewind time so a couple of Marvel movies haven't existed?
Well, even that, I mean, Marvel has they've had stumbles, but nothing terrible that I'm like. I
What
don't think
stumble?
I mean, I didn't like Iron Man 3.
I didn't
Much.
like Thor: The Dark World 2.
Oh, nobody liked Thor: The Dark World 2.
No one remembers Thor, Joe.
Yeah, ever since Ragnarok came out, I was like, so this is the second Thor movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's so like you can just ignore it and it doesn't affect anything. It's just because it's like, meh.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from Avengers to other movies that we're looking forward to. I know me and John are looking forward to this one. I don't know about Soul. The Incredibles 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm not excited about it. I'm intrigued because it's very interesting to see how Brad Bird's writing is going to do it in this modern era.
Well, see,
where
that's the thing.
superheroes are
That's the
more-
thing. It's literally gonna take place exactly when it ended.
That's what made me. I was very worried because I was afraid they were going to do what everyone was saying. They're going to fast forward however many
Yeah.
years, and I was not on board for that. But now that I know that they're just going back to that, just right after the first movie, I'm much more interested. But I'm worried. There's a few reasons that I probably shouldn't talk about from why I'm worried for it. But my biggest thing is that
Tomorrowland?
What about Tomorrowland?
Brad Bird directed Tomorrowland.
Oh, I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see it, so
It was shit.
No, my issue is that, but he also directed the first Incredibles, so I think he's probably just more comfortable in an animated setting.
Mhm.
yeah.
But I'm just worried that because Pixar is making a lot of sequels and they're not all great, and I'm just like, I don't know if same thing will happen with this.
I mean, they're making a Toy Story 4, so.
Yeah.
That's a romantic comedy.
Hey, I love Toy Story 3. If you can make it work, make it work.
I like 3 too. I'm just
I fucking love Toy Story, so if it says Toy Story, I'm going to see it. So
I don't know. I'm worried.
I love The Incredibles.
I do love the Incredibles.
I love the Incredibles. I love the first movie, and I want the sequel to be just as good.
Yeah, I love the first movie. I don't know if they're going to top the first movie's villain because I love.
I don't
the first
expect
movie's
them to top it, and I don't
No.
really care if they do or not. I'm very worried that it's going to not be good though, just because of a lot of things that.
Well,
but-
I'm excited to actually see them as superheroes because in the
Well,
first
see, that's probably what they might end up doing though, is talking about, because remember the Incredibles left off with,
them
like-
actually being superheroes again.
well, but that's the thing, the family being a superhero and possibly Frozone, but as far as we saw, superheroes are still illegal. I don't think they repealed it or anything.
True.
I mean, it could be that the Incredibles, basically that scene at the end where they're fighting the Underminer, was just them essentially just carrying on, even though that it's still technically illegal.
hmm
So the next movie might be just them now being superheroes again, and Super's kind of coming out, but then the government's like, hey, wait, hug on, guys.
Yeah, and like I don't care what you say. The fucking detail they are putting into the movie. I don't know if you saw the trailer.
The teaser trailer?
Yeah. But when it goes back to Jack and Mr. Incredible,
Yeah.
his fucking shirt has fuzz. Like
Okay. Now, okay. Like, okay.
Well,
Okay.
the original's animation was great too for the time, so I'm not.
yeah. But the actual put like fuzz and stray hair from
Well, that's one of
shirt.
the things I loved about specifically the first Incredibles. The way they did fabric in that movie always like stuck out to me as a kid.
Yeah.
And I also love the fact that Incredibles as a kid called bullshit on the capes.
Yes.
I love that.
No
I love
capes.
they finally
No capes.
they were the one superhero show that finally called how bullshit capes actually are.
No
You know?
capes. What other
excited.
movies?
I'm excited for Deadpool too, but then again, I'm more biased out of everybody here about that property.
You are.
I'm also worried about that too.
I'm very worried about Deadpool.
Just because the first Deadpool was just almost like kind of I'm afraid it's like a lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea how I feel about this. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Brolin as Gable. And after seeing his character design, I'm just like, I think
I like the character design. I want to see, even in the trailers, like a glimpse of how, because Cable is Deadpool's straight man and dealing with his wacky shenanigans bullshit.
I always thought of Spider-Man as a straight man, but
besides Spider-Man, because Spider-Man will occasionally kind of like jump in every now and then, in the Deadpool comics, Cable has kind of always been, like his Deadpool straight man of just, look, Wade, this is what the fuck we've got to do. No, man, we're going to have fun about it and just go killing things.
Yeah. I mean, Deadpool wasn't my favorite. Like, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite.
I can understand that. I mean, they brought Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross.
Bob Ross is cool and all, but that's also riding kind of the pop culture.
That is true, because the original Deadpool was very, especially in its advertising, was wacky and very internet-y, but it didn't copy anything. It was original.
But Bob Ross has been like the hype of memes, and I feel like maybe there's some memes that's going to be in this movie that's going to be gone. They're not going to be. They're going to be so overused that when Deadpool actually uses them, it's just going to be eh.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, because the original Deadpool created memes. I'm afraid that the second one is going to embrace them.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. But I wish they would mention something about his love for chimichangas besides just the one-off line in the first one of "Let's make some fucking chimichangas." Like it's chimichangas are iconic to Deadpool's character as his fucking powers or his suit.
I know they'll probably mention it. They'll probably mention it. They just don't have time.
The one thing that I do look forward to in Deadpool is Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Because
I also like the fact that they finally got Colossus right. Like, I love the Bryan Singer X-Men movies. They did Colossus wrong. They did that boy wrong.
They did him wrong.
They did him wrong, man.
That boy did me wrong.
Any other movies before we wrap this up?
Let me see. We already talked about that. I'm looking forward to. There's two movies we haven't talked about.
Tomb Raider.
No, Pacific Rim.
I'm looking for that Venom movie.
Fuck you. No, Pacific Rim 2. I'm cautious because Del Toro isn't there, but I love the first Pacific Rim movie, and I just cannot help but want that.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that you love it, was it a type of dumb, stupid popcorn fun love, or just that you loved it on like
I enjoyed the movie. I don't really understand a lot of the hate for it. I not necessarily hate, but like, I don't think calling it a dumb popcorn movie, I think is almost kind of an insult, and it doesn't really describe the movie well, because it's not a perfect movie. It's not Schindler's List or anything like that, but there's very little I can think of because I've gotten into the point where I'm very cynical and I overanalyze stuff. There's very little in that movie that I could overanalyze and make it like not make sense.
Yeah.
And it's also just really fun. I don't know. I don't consider it dumb. Maybe I will eat popcorn while I watch it, but I don't think it's dumb.
New Mutants.
New Mutants looks good. I like it because they're actually trying something new with the X-Men franchise of making it more of a horror film. I know you're that X-Men purist, like you're your Spider-Man. Don't touch my fucking Spider-Man. Your damn animated multiverse. That's not my Peter Parker.
That's it. I'm not looking forward to Spider. Well, I'm actually. It's not that I'm not looking forward to Spider-Verse. I'm just not looking forward to it. I'm very in the middle with that. I don't know about it.
I'm looking forward to Tomb Raider. I know it's gonna be shit, but it's
2017. That's not my Spider-Man. He's the J. Jonah Jameson of Spider-Man.
I know it's gonna be crap, but I am looking forward to see the cinematography in Tomb Raider.
Why specifically the cinematography?
Because they have taken shots and filmed them just like the video game.
Here's the thing, man. It can't be any worse than the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider.
Hey, you don't insult Angie.
Aquaman. Looking forward to Aquaman.
I am looking for everybody's redneck uncle drunk frat boy Aquaman.
Mainly because I want to see Samira.
He's a bro dude. Okay, that's a little creepy.
Yeah.
But
No, because I'm curious about her character. Because I'm
curious because it's directed by James Wong. And James Wong mostly does horror movies.
Yeah, he does.
So
I don't. Well, and that may make it good because mostly horror directors doing other movies end up being better because I don't know what it is. You can generally bet on a movie being good if the director was previously an accomplished horror director. Yeah. It's just interesting.
James Wong's also really good with working on like a small, tighter budget and producing like really creative and interesting shots. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't care about any DC movies going forward.
I don't either.
There was who was it? There was somebody like one of the famous comic book people that was basically, I think, saying, I think went to basically Warner Brothers like, hey, I want to rescue the DC universe. I forgot what he was, but
did Liefeld go in there?
No, let me see if I can see.
All right. Also, one thing to note.
I'm looking forward to
The Purge Island.
No. Oh no, go ahead, Cody.
I'm okay. Purge is a dumb, stupid movie, and I'm okay with that.
No, I'm not anymore. It was done.
Was The Purge?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was done. I hated the first damn movie. I wanted to.
They're all fucking shit.
They're all bad, and it's so dumb. I'm just
I'm looking forward to, but then again, I'm the only anime fan here. Is that they're finally doing a Battle Angel Alita film, which James Cameron has been trying to do for 12 fucking years.
I'm an anime fan, sir.
But do you remember
we all
Battle
watch
Angel
anime
Alita?
between the three of us.
Yeah, but I'm not looking forward to Anita Battle 8. I'm just... The decision to make the main character's face all CGI is very distracting, and I think it was a poor choice. It's gonna be one of those things where it either works or it doesn't, and that it's gonna be, in my opinion, it's gonna be what everyone talks about in that movie. It's gonna be, does it work for you or not? And I think it was a poor decision, and I think it's gonna overshadow the rest of the movie because everyone's gonna be asking, do I buy the main character? Like,
yeah.
That's my whole thing is that like we have table scraps as it is, so we just have to get whatever the fuck we can get.
I am tired of this. I'm tired of production companies in the U.S. thinking, oh, we're going to make an anime movie, so let me just pick the weirdest shit I can find. And it's so
Hey, man, they're making... I'm giving up because they're fucking making a live-action Hollywood One Piece show. I've tapped out, man. I don't want to see Bebop. I don't want to see...
But that's the thing. But they're like stuff that you could consider not that weird, like Fullmetal Alchemist or Cowboy Bebop, stuff that's more familiar to Western audiences, or things that I consider better anime. They're just not going to approach because anime to these people, or it's got to be weird and cool and.
I mean, they tried Ghost in the Shell, and look how the fuck that turned out.
But that's weird. That's another weird thing. That's like Blade Runner on coke. It's
See, what kills me is I don't see why they won't ever do Bebop, because Bebop is made for a Western audience. You
It
could
is, but
you
they're
could
not.
make
That's my
Bebop
point.
work.
They're not going to do it because it's not what they consider an anime. An anime is weird and Japanesey. That's what they're looking for. That's why they're making these movies. It's just frustrating. They're not going to do
All
this.
right. Well,
You could
we
do
are.
shit.
Oh, I didn't mention my last pick.
Okay.
I am looking forward to The Predator. I am actually
Wait,
a rather
what?
outspoken Predator fan.
Okay.
I like both Alien and Predator, but I actually prefer Predator in most cases. And
Who would win in a fight, though?
between a single xenomorph and a Predator, easily a Predator.
Yeah.
But
The fuck's wrong with you?
Well, no, because I'm just it's a reference, whatever. It's move on.
whatever, forget it. But I'm curious.
Shut up, nerd.
Some plot details, and I don't know if I'm completely on board. The thing is, oh God, what's the director's name? He was in the first movie.
Was it Hitch?
No, he was in the first movie. He actually contributed mostly to the script. He directed Iron Man 3 too.
Well,
Oh.
that's in the shitter.
Doesn't matter. Whoever that director, I think he can pull things together. So
I
hopefully,
didn't hate Iron Man 3, actually.
I didn't either.
I didn't hate it. I just disliked it strongly.
It was The Incredibles, so I didn't hate it.
It's not The Incredibles.
It was The Incredibles.
I mean, it was Tony Stark being
The villain had a similar motivations, but that's where the similarities stop.
Yeah, it was Tony Stark being a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's just the two things that got me is I'm mad they screwed up the extremis virus, and I'm mad that Tony Stark blows up all of his shit at the end.
I'm also kind of mad on how they did the Mandarin.
Yeah.
That too.
But anyway, we're actually headed towards Ramble Town, so
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow will be a ramble from basically movies we're not looking forward to movies that happened this year, to video games, to whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So, come on back for day 10, the last day of the Christmas countdown. You know, it did kind of mark John's return because he returned right after his video. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.